Welcome back to our channel World of Coins, the place where we uncover hidden treasures in your coin collection. Have you ever wondered if that old coins could be worth thousands or even millions? Well, today's your lucky day. We're diving into some of the rarest and most valuable US coins that might be sitting right under your nose. Let's jump in and see if you've got a fortune waiting to be discovered. Top 1. In the vast and diverse world of coin collecting, few modern coins have stirred as much interest, admiration, and curiosity as the 2022 Washington Quarter featuring the remarkable Maya Angelou. This isn't just another piece of loose change you might find in your pocket, it's a tribute to one of the most iconic figures in American literature and civil rights history. But what makes this coin especially exciting isn't only its symbolic value, it's the potential financial worth it may carry. The United States Mint released the Maya Angelou Quarter as part of the American Women Quarters program, an initiative to honor the courage, achievements, and legacies of influential American women who shaped the nation's identity. And Maya Angelou, with her poetic brilliance and unwavering activism, was a perfect choice to inaugurate this inspiring series. This quarter quickly captured the attention of both seasoned collectors and everyday Americans. The obverse of the coin still honors George Washington, but not in the way most are used to. The image on this new obverse was designed by the legendary female sculptor Laura Garden Fraser, whose design was originally proposed for the 1932 Washington Quarter but wasn't used until 90 years later. It's a powerful nod to the contributions of women not just in history but in the very design of the coin itself. On the reverse, the beautifully detailed depiction of Maya Angelou shows her arms raised joyfully with a bird in flight and the sun rising behind her, a direct visual tribute to her famous autobiography I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. The elegance and emotion captured in this design represent more than just art, they convey the legacy of a woman whose voice continues to echo in the hearts of generations. What truly elevates this coin from a commemorative piece to a collector's dream is the emergence of rare versions that have been found in circulation or purchased from mint sets. Some coins were minted with unique die errors, such as double strikes, off-center imprints, or even planchet flaws, all of which can greatly increase a coin's value on the collector's market. Others have been preserved in near-perfect condition and professionally graded by organizations like the PCGS or NGC, receiving high mint state ratings. These top-grade coins, especially those with MS-67 or higher grades, are prized for their impeccable quality and scarcity. The combination of historical significance, visual beauty, limited mintage, and unique error varieties has created a wave of interest among collectors who believe that owning this coin is like holding a piece of living history. Coin collecting, or numismatics, has always been about more than just monetary value, it's about preserving stories. With the 2022 Maya Angelou Quarter, that story is richer than ever. It speaks of struggle, empowerment, artistry, and resilience. It reminds us of the importance of representation, and how the simple act of putting a black woman on a coin challenges centuries of tradition in American currency. For young collectors, the Maya Angelou Quarter is an accessible entry point into the world of numismatics, offering a powerful lesson on history and the value of voices that were once silenced. For seasoned collectors, it's a rare gem, a modern coin with the potential to rival older classics in both cultural and monetary worth. As the demand for these quarters increases and more people realize their potential, their availability in circulation becomes rarer. The truth is, many people have already unknowingly spent them, not realizing the hidden treasure they held. But if you're lucky enough to spot one in pristine condition or identify a version with a minting error, you might just possess a coin that collectors are willing to pay handsomely for. Stories have surfaced of auctions where such rare variations of the Maya Angelou Quarter have fetched astonishing prices due to their rarity and condition. One particular example, featuring a unique minting anomaly combined with a flawless mint state grade, stunned the collecting world when it was sold for an impressive $16,000. Top 2. In the ever-evolving world of coin collecting, there's always excitement when a modern coin suddenly rises above the rest and captures the attention of enthusiasts around the globe. One such coin that has recently ignited curiosity and admiration in the numismatic community is the 2015 United States of America Washington Quarter Dollar featuring Kisatchie National Forest. At first glance, this might appear to be just another coin in the popular America the Beautiful series, which began in 2010 and celebrates national parks and historic sites across all states and territories. But the Kisatchie Quarter has developed a reputation as one of the most talked about and potentially valuable coins in circulation today, especially if you're lucky enough to have the right one. The Kisatchie National Forest Quarter, minted in 2015, honors the only national forest in the state of Louisiana, a vast and richly diverse area that spans over 600,000 acres. The coin's reverse design, beautifully crafted, features a wild turkey in mid-flight among the longleaf pine trees, with grassland stretching out beneath it. The detail in the feathers, the trees, and the natural motion of the scene gives this coin a dynamic and captivating look that appeals not only to collectors but also to those who appreciate nature and wildlife. The design was a proud tribute to Louisiana's natural beauty, and it holds special meaning for residents and admirers of southern wilderness alike, but while its artwork makes it memorable, what truly sets this quarter apart is its value in the collector's market. Although millions were minted, only a handful of these coins have surfaced with rare minting errors or have been preserved in near-perfect condition. Coins that show full details, have no visible wear, and are certified by grading services like NGC or PCGS as mint state 67 or higher are already hard to come by. Add to that the factor of potential mint errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or coins minted on the wrong planchet, and you have a recipe for a coin that skyrockets in value. It's the thrill of finding a rare treasure in ordinary places that keeps coin collectors searching through pocket change, bank rolls, and coin jars. Imagine the surprise and excitement of discovering a Kisatchie quarter that most people would overlook, not realizing it could be worth thousands. Stories have circulated of collectors spotting a flawless version of this coin or one with an incredibly rare error, and those very coins ended up selling at auctions for stunning amounts. Because the Beautiful quarters were made in various finishes, including circulation strike, uncirculated, and proof versions, it's critical to examine the finer details. A seemingly minor difference like a missing mint mark, unusual finish, or tiny die crack can make a huge impact on value. Coin collectors and investors alike are constantly hunting for these hidden gems. The Kisatchie Quarter, with its beautiful design and low population in top condition, is becoming harder to find in high grades. That scarcity drives up demand, and as more people learn about its potential value, fewer pristine examples remain in public circulation. Even those who bought original mint rolls or sets are now revisiting them, hoping to discover an overlooked coin that could bring an unexpected fortune. And when the demand outweighs the supply, prices can climb quickly, which is exactly what we're seeing with the Kisatchie Quarter. This is not just about money, it's about the deeper stories that coins tell. The Kisatchie Quarter tells a story of American wildlife, of environmental conservation, and of how beauty and value can be found in the smallest, most ordinary things. It reminds us to look closely, to pay attention, and to appreciate the history we hold in our hands every time we pick up a piece of change. For anyone with an interest in coins, this is the kind of piece that keeps the passion alive. It challenges you to search, to learn, and to collect not just coins, but moments in American history. So, the next time you find a 2015 Kisatchie Quarter in your change, don't rush to spend it. Examine it. Look for signs of uniqueness. Consider getting it professionally graded. Because under the right conditions, this simple, stunning quarter can be worth much more than 25 cents. In fact, one particular rare example, graded at a top-tier mint state and featuring a striking error, has sold for an astounding amount that might shock you. That coin was valued at $46,000. Top 3. There's something truly magical about holding a piece of American history in the palm of your hand, especially when that piece could be worth a small fortune. Today, we dive deep into the fascinating story of the 1974 United States of America Washington quarter dollar. To many, it might seem like just another coin from everyday circulation. It's small, simple, and often overlooked. But for collectors and those with a sharp eye for detail, the 1974 Washington quarter represents much more than 25 cents. It's a window into a unique era of U.S. coinage, a symbol of a nation in transition, and, believe it or not, a potential treasure hiding in plain sight. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since its debut in 1932, originally struck to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. By 1974, the coin had already undergone significant changes. The silver content had been removed a decade earlier, replaced with a copper-nickel-clad composition due to rising silver prices and changing economic conditions. Still, despite the metal shift, the design remained iconic, featuring the profile of the nation's first president on the obverse and an eagle with outstretched wings on the reverse, symbols of strength, unity, and heritage. But what makes the 1974 quarter particularly intriguing to collectors today isn't just its design or composition, it's the rarity and mysterious nature of certain surviving specimens. You see, while millions of these coins were struck at mints across the country, including Philadelphia and Denver, not all quarters from this year were created equal. Some carry fascinating minting errors, while others are preserved in such exceptional condition that they've become almost mythical in the eyes of coin enthusiasts. Imagine discovering a 1974 quarter with an unusual minting flaw, perhaps a doubled die obverse, a dramatic off-center strike, or a coin mistakenly struck on a silver planchet intended for an earlier year. These errors are exceptionally rare and incredibly valuable because they were never meant to exist. They slipped past quality control during production, unnoticed by mint workers at the time, only to emerge decades later in the hands of a lucky collector or sharp-eyed enthusiast who recognized their true worth, even without dramatic errors. Finding a 1974 quarter in mint state condition, free from wear, scratches, or damage, is no easy feat after all. These coins were made to be spent, passed from hand to hand, over gas stations' counters, into vending machines, and through countless pockets. The sheer rarity of discovering one in pristine condition today makes it a prized addition to any collection. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC have only certified a very limited number of 1,974 quarters at grades of MS67 or higher, which sends their value soaring on the open market. Collectors and coin dealers continue to search through rolls, old collections, and even inherited change jars in hopes of uncovering one of these hidden gems. And as more people become aware of the potential value locked within a single quarter, demand continues to grow. It's this blend of mystery, scarcity, and historical appeal that makes the 1974 Washington quarter so captivating. It holds a story of American resilience, minting evolution, and numismatic possibility, all in one tiny metallic disc. So, the next time you're going through spare change, don't dismiss the old quarters without a second look. That worn piece of copper nickel might just be a portal to history, and if you're incredibly lucky, it might also be the ticket to a life-changing discovery. Because one rare and exceptionally preserved 1974 Washington quarter dollar, featuring a unique error and graded at the highest mint state level, was recently valued at an extraordinary $146,000. Top 4. Have you ever held a simple coin in your hand and wondered if it might be worth far more than its face value? That among the loose change in your pocket or forgotten drawer, there might be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered? Well, today, we're uncovering the fascinating story behind one such coin, the 1978 Washington quarter dollar from the United States of America. At first glance, this coin looks ordinary. It carries the classic image of George Washington on the front, proud and stoic, and the reverse features the iconic heraldic eagle. It's a design that millions of Americans have seen, spent, and probably forgotten. But what if we told you that one specific version of this coin has stunned collectors by reaching an astounding value on the market? The Washington Quarter Series has long been a favorite among coin collectors. Introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of the first President of the United States, George Washington, this series has seen decades of changes, developments, and historical relevance. By 1978, the coin had transitioned to a copper-nickel composition, no longer minted in silver as it had been in earlier years. But despite the switch in metal and the end of silver-era coinage, certain coins from the late 1970s have proven to be incredibly collectible, especially those with rare errors, pristine condition, or low population in high grades. The 1978 Washington quarter may seem like a routine issue, but for those who study the fine details, it's anything but. What makes some of these coins stand out is the condition in which they have survived. Coins that remain in mint state, untouched by circulation, perfectly struck, and brilliantly preserved, are the ones that catch the eye of experts and collectors. But even more intriguing are those with minting errors. These include double dies, off-center strikes, missing clad layers, and other anomalies that make a single coin truly one of a kind. These errors often occur during high-speed minting processes, and while they're rare, they are not impossible to find. And when they are found, the value can skyrocket. Imagine a 1978 quarter that was accidentally struck on a foreign planchet, meaning it was struck on a blank intended for a different denomination or country altogether. Or think about one that exhibits a bold double die error on the date or lettering, creating a ghostly duplicate effect. These are the kinds of traits that set a coin apart from the rest and ignite bidding wars among collectors. The sheer rarity, combined with condition and uniqueness, determines the value. But rarity alone isn't always enough. What truly pushes these coins into the spotlight is demand, and there is certainly no shortage of demand for exceptional Washington quarters. Collectors worldwide are always searching for the next great discovery, and with tools like coin roll hunting and estate sales, the hunt is more accessible than ever. Even average people with no prior knowledge of numismatics are turning to their change jars and family coin collections, realizing that they might be sitting on hidden wealth. Because when a coin like the 1978 Washington quarter is certified by a professional grading service at a nearly flawless mint state, or when it contains a never-before-seen error, it becomes a treasure of both historical and monetary value. The coin market continues to evolve, but one thing remains constant: the thrill of discovering a valuable piece of American history in the most unexpected place. And in the case of the 1978 Washington quarter, that thrill has been taken to a new level. Collectors have paid eye-watering prices for the finest known examples of this coin, especially those with impeccable condition or rare minting anomalies. So, before you dismiss those old quarters, remember this: the change you overlook today might just be the treasure of tomorrow, because one rare and extraordinary 1978 United States Washington quarter dollar, preserved in pristine condition and marked by a unique error that sets it apart from the rest, has been valued at an incredible $136,000. Top 5. Have you ever taken a closer look at the coins sitting quietly in your wallet, wondering if one of them could secretly be worth a fortune? Among the millions of coins that pass through our hands each year, there are rare gems hiding in plain sight, and today we're diving deep into one such incredible discovery. We're talking about the 1982 Washington quarter dollar, a coin minted by the United States of America that appears, at first glance, to be nothing more than pocket change. But don't let its modest face fool you, because this particular quarter, under the right conditions, can be worth far more than you'd ever expect. The Washington quarter has been an integral part of American coinage since 1932, when it was first introduced to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. For decades, the design remained unchanged on the obverse, the iconic profile of President Washington, while the reverse featured the traditional heraldic eagle. In 1982, the U.S. Mint was producing these coins in the billions. But not all quarters from that year are created equal. A few stand out for reasons that make collectors and numismatists alike sit up and take notice. 1982 was a significant year in U.S. coinage history. Due to budget constraints, the Mint decided not to produce uncirculated mint sets that year, something they typically released annually for collectors. That meant every 1982 quarter intended for circulation had to make its way into the general population, jostling in cash registers, getting scratched in pockets, and tumbling through change jars. Finding a 1982 quarter in pristine, mint state condition became a real challenge. But those that did survive in top condition, or were discovered with unusual errors, have become incredibly valuable. Now let's talk about what makes certain 1982 quarters so sought after. First, the lack of mint sets means fewer pristine examples. Then you have the possibility of minting errors, such as double die obverse or reverses, off-center strikes, and even quarters struck on the wrong planchets. These errors are rare, but when found, they catapult the coin into a completely different realm of value. Collectors also keep an eye out for variations in strike quality between the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Some Philadelphia minted coins lack a mint mark altogether, and when coupled with sharp details and a clean surface, those no mint mark coins can be especially desirable. Additionally, coins graded at higher levels by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC carry a tremendous premium. For a 1982 quarter to reach a high grade, say MS-67 or higher, it must show exceptional sharpness, full luster, and almost zero contact marks, something exceedingly rare for a coin that was never intended to be saved or preserved at the time of its release. The coin's rarity and condition together play a huge role in determining its value. So, imagine stumbling upon a coin like that. A seemingly ordinary 1982 quarter, perhaps sitting in a change jar or tucked away in a drawer, that turns out to have been struck with a rare mint error and somehow survived decades without a single blemish. It might look like the other coins beside it, but upon closer inspection, you notice something different. Maybe the rim is off, or there's doubling in the date, or the coin appears thinner due to a planchet issue. That tiny difference could make a massive impact. In the world of coin collecting, every detail matters. From the thickness of the strike to the clarity of Washington's hair to the alignment of the letters, these are the clues experts look for. And when all those factors line up perfectly, the result is not just a collector's item, but a true treasure, one that tells a story, preserves a piece of history, and captures the passion of those who dedicate their lives to numismatics. So, the next time you get a handful of quarters, don't just drop them in a vending machine or toss them in a drawer. Take a closer look. That 1982 quarter could be more than just 25 cents. It could be a window into America's rich minting legacy, and if you're truly lucky, it might even be the kind of coin that makes headlines, because one exceptional example of the 1982 United States of America Washington quarter dollar, featuring a rare error and preserved in pristine mint state condition, was valued at an astonishing $126,000.